cut. Why is making a show so hard these days?
What are you doing?
Suffering. Professionally.
Topview dropped something incredible. You should take a look.
If it's another image generator, I will cry.
Drama Studio.
Drama what?
Full cinematic episodes. Your characters, your locations, your story, start to finish.
So you're telling me all of this can be also done using just a laptop?
That's right. We have no time to waste. Let's get started.
Wait, I need a minute.
You don't have a minute. We have a show to build.
All right, this entire episode from my new series was made purely with the Seedance 2 model inside Topview AI. They just dropped a brand new feature called Drama Studio, built for creating full cinematic videos and complete series with your own consistent characters. I left the link in the description if you want to check it out yourself. In today's video, I'll break down exactly how to use it and share the best tips and practices so you can get the most out of it. When you first load up Topview, your screen should look exactly like this. Right over here, you'll see a new feature. That's our Drama Studio. Click it and you're in. Drama Studio is built on a full AI agent that works with you from start to finish to deliver a complete story and a fully finished series fast without any prompting skills needed. This isn't about replacing creativity. It's about giving creators access to something that normally only exists in larger productions. The ability to operate like a one-person studio. Start by thinking about the flow of your video, then just describe it to the agent and it will structure the entire script around your vision. And if you already have a script ready, just paste it straight in and refine it from there until you've got a fully polished episode. From there, we can choose between a single episode or a series. For this demo, we're going with a single episode, so we can clearly see what we're working with. You also have the option to choose between 3 writing levels. I'm going to go with a professional writer and continue. First up is art style. This is where you define the visual direction of your entire project. You can go live action or animation, and if you're animating, just pick the style that fits your vision. There's also a custom option if you want to describe something completely unique. For live action, hit show more to browse all the available options. I was originally leaning towards a Christopher Nolan aesthetic, but for this tutorial, I'm going with Prestige HBO. Over here is where we set the episode settings. You can go full series or single episode. I'm going with a single episode today. For the length, I'll leave it on automatic, but if you already have a specific runtime in mind, just type it in. As for suggestions, I'm keeping it on light. If you push it too far, Seedance will start failing generations, so light is the safe spot. Now there's an option here to auto-review and optimize. Go ahead and turn that on. It does take a little longer to process, but the end result is noticeably better. Then all you need to do is hit start creating. As I said, Drama Studio works like an AI agent. You feed it your story and it breaks everything down. But it even goes a step further. It doesn't just split things into scenes. It separately extracts your characters, props, and locations and generates individual references for each one. On the side, you'll see a full list of elements it's working through: outline, script, characters, environments, and props. And here's something worth knowing. There's no fixed order you have to follow. You can start with your characters, jump straight to props, build out your environments first, whatever works for you. The agent puts it all together into a full story regardless of the sequence. Once the story is generated and your characters are listed, you can start generating them one by one. For my 2 main characters, I already had reference boards ready, so I just uploaded those directly from here. For the rest of the characters, we'll go ahead and generate them now. Topview gives you 3 image models to choose from: Nano Banana Pro, Nano Banana 2, and ChatGPT Image 2. I was going for an ultra-realistic look, and when I used the default prompts that Topview provided, the results came out a bit too cartoonish for what I had in mind. So we're going to do some prompt tweaking to get exactly the look we want. What we'll do is go into the custom prompt section for each character, copy the full prompt that Drama Studio generated automatically, and paste it into a new Claude chat. Now, I put together a Google Doc with some useful prompts and guidance specifically for using Drama Studio inside Topview. It'll be linked in my Telegram channel, link is in the description. Just copy the prompt from that doc, combine it with the character prompt we just copied, and hit generate. Claude will optimize the starting prompt and we'll get much more realistic results. Once that's done, head back to Drama Studio, clear out the default prompt, and replace it with the one Claude just generated. Now it's time to pick your image model. You've got GPT Image 2, Nano Banana Pro, and Nano Banana 2 to choose from. For this tutorial, I'm going with Nano Banana Pro. In my testing, it delivers the best skin realism and the sharpest video outputs. Once the model is selected, generate the character and then repeat the exact same process for every other character in your project. Open custom prompt, clear the default, paste in the Claude optimized version, and generate. You can also go into each one and adjust their appearance individually. I wanted to generate a few different looks for one of my characters, and it's actually really simple to do. Instead of regenerating everything from scratch, you just add a new look. Describe the outfit you want, and it keeps the face place exactly the same while swapping the clothing. Clean, fast, and really useful. Next up is generating your environment and reference visuals, locations, props, everything that visually supports the story. The AI generates all of it simultaneously, so just give it a minute or two. Once it's done, you'll have full descriptions and references for every location and prop in your project. From here, generate images for your environments and props exactly the same way we did for the characters earlier. Everything builds out in sequence. Just set it running and let it do its thing. Once you have everything ready, your characters, your locations, all your references and prompts ready, it's time to bring it all to life and generate the videos. Now with Seedance 2, you can only generate clips up to 15 seconds, so Drama Studio calculates how many clips you'll need per scene to cover everything. It also automatically assigns the right characters to each scene. On top of that, you can generate a storyboard for each scene, which is an amazing feature. You have full control over every step of the process. Want to adjust the length of a shot? Just dial it up or down. Keep in mind the maximum is 15 seconds per shot. And if you want a scene to flow directly into the next one, just hit this button here and it picks up exactly where the previous scene left off. Just keep in mind when you use this option, the second scene won't start generating until the first one is fully done. Now, as with anything in Seedance, even though these prompts are very detailed, I'd strongly recommend going through each one individually before you generate anything. Make sure every detail actually matches the idea in your head. Over here, you can set your resolution and shot length. I'm going with 1080p. Before generating anything, I go through every scene and actually think about whether the character has enough time to deliver the full dialogue in the time the agent set. If it feels too tight, I either bump it up to 15 seconds or split it into 2 separate scenes. Once I've checked everything and set the right duration for each shot, I just generate them one by one manually. Once all your scenes are generated, it's time to export them. You can either export the full video in one go, or export each scene individually, and assemble everything yourself in your editing software of choice. That second option gives you a lot of flexibility, and is honestly a great feature to have. Drama Studio isn't just a tool for generating a cool clip, or something quick to post. This is a production quality tool built for serious creative work. Want to make your own TV show, a short film, or an original series? It's all within reach now, because this workflow takes you from a written story to a fully assembled episode, with nobody standing between you and the final product. And that's the full step-by-step process I used to create the intro you watched at the beginning of this video. And this is just one example of what's possible. For YouTubers, it opens the door to content formats that simply didn't exist before. If you're an indie author with published books, you no longer have to rely on words alone. Your story can finally be seen, not just read. And if you're running a small studio or media team, what used to take months of prototyping can now be done in a matter of days. Drama Studio just changed what one person can build alone. From a single idea to a complete cinematic episode, characters, locations, script, and final video, all handled in one place. What used to take a full production team and months of work can now be done in a matter of hours. Links are in the description. Subscribe if you want to stay ahead, and as always, remember one important thing. The future of storytelling is here, and you are the one generating it.